Hello and welcome to 9 Minutes More, our extra show where we chat. We're just post-show, guys. How do we feel it went?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. It was a lot of
I've
fun.
learned how to work a computer. Yeah, great.
Yeah. Yeah, tonight's show was totally plagued with technical issues, wasn't it? Like, literally 15 minutes before we were due to go on, all of my internet was slowing down and being really slow. And I tried to restart my laptop and it literally took like 15 minutes to restart my laptop.
I enjoyed both.
Again, do you know what? You honestly, Leanne, you couldn't have timed that more perfectly with the technical issues because you're literally just doing this. Amazing. Yeah, do you know what? I reckon while Leanne's still sat there frozen, I swear the weather, it's like biblical again. Honestly,
So
like I said to you in the messages, no, if I walked out the door tomorrow morning and saw Noah, I wouldn't be at all surprised. And
yeah.
And I honestly, like, I was trying to get in and it was just jumping around and doing exactly what Leanne was doing. It was just like, no, fuck off, you're not coming
Where
in.
are you? Are you north?
Hey, no, I'm south.
Oh, okay.
Whereabouts are you?
South. I'm in Henley.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Which sounds a lot more. Listen,
Yeah,
it sounds a lot more grandiose than what it is.
Yeah, it sounds like a type of shirt, right? A Henley
Yeah,
tee.
there's a lot of very special people here. But no, generally I'm more your way, Simon. I'm Aylesbury way.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's quite weird,
So,
isn't it? Like, there's different views of different areas. Yeah. Like, I grew up in St. Albans. Yeah. And then I've moved to Bedford. And when I tell people in St. Albans that I've moved to Bedford, they're like, "Oh, Bedford! Oh, poor you! Like, that poor hovel." And then, like, I meet people from all over the world, like country, doing stand up, and like I meet them, and they're like, "Bedford, God, you posh motherfucker!"
Yeah. So people from St. Albans think you've moved to Luton, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, essentially, like, anywhere is a shithole compared to St. Albans. Like, it's insanely nice there.
Oh, it's glorious, beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
If you're a middle class prick.
Yeah, man. Listen, if you're middle class white trash like me, mate, it's you know, growing up in villages and stuff. It's all very Vicar of Dibley out here.
Alrighty then, right. I've got some more games for us to play.
All right.
If you want to. But I need to fucking sort it out. So chat amongst yourselves for a minute while I get all of this ready, because
poor Leanne's having what's known as a father's moment at the moment. To be fair.
I felt like we were on a date with her, you know, and she was just kind of like, "I'm out of here."
I tell you what, I think she'd give you a run for your money on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
But it was like the end of her set. It's like, oh, she's just gonna freeze us out and then bounce.
Yeah, I didn't think she was going in with the whole rimming thing. I thought that was. Not.
Leanne's never going to do anything. Leanne's never going to do anything that serious.
Should we say conventional?
Yeah, absolutely. It's always going to be rude. It's always going to be.
Yeah.
I ran a stand-up comedy night, and she turned up with this bag, right? Yeah, and then when she did her set. You know when she does, like, she goes through all the men's sex toys. She's literally getting them out, and she's got this like giant fucking dildo and this like butt plug with like spikes on the outside. Oh my god, my mother
sounds incredible.
You do that bandstand show, right? Or something? Yeah.
Oh, mate, how good is it going to be when we're able to do stuff again? You know. Like, I take my hat off, mate. I take my hat off to you for getting this together. You know, but that whole live thing, man, like, it's just, yeah, you know, it's just different vibe altogether.
Oh yeah, totally, man, totally. And this, like, well, that's one of the reasons I want to do like the afterwards thing, so you can have that sort of like chilled chat thing. Without like oh my god, I'm trying to keep viewers. I want to try and keep viewers is the thing. So like sharp and pithy. But yeah, I mean, like, as we saw tonight, there are going to be problems that can be wrinkled out. I'm going to be moving to somewhere with like really good internet soon. Like, but like it basically plugs into the school's internet, so I get like this big thick fiber optic cable coming up to my house.
Nice.
So hopefully once that's happened, I'm gonna have like super speedy internet and access to stuff.
So what do you teach, Simon?
I teach English and media.
Cool.
Yeah, man, it's good fun. It's good fun. We do. It's been fucking weird going online. Like media, perfect for online. Like watch this video on YouTube. Watch this video on YouTube. Write about it. Send me the work that you've written about. Like doing Macbeth though. Like me trying to do dramatic readings of Macbeth, like in front of the laptop. It's pretty weird.
Yeah.
How many kids aren't turning up for your lessons?
Oh yeah, loads. I've got loads of kids who are doing. They're just like, and you get like you basically we've got this program that at the end of the lesson you can download who's been there, so you don't have to take a register. You just click the download button, and you get this like Excel sheet of when people joined and when people left. And the kids still think they're going to get away with it when they joined. Like I do like 25 minutes of teaching, give them like a half-hour task to do, and then like 5 minutes for them to upload it onto the system. And so like I do that teaching bit, and you'll see kids like sign in at 18 minutes past and think that that's going to be, oh yeah, Sarah's going to mark me in for the lessons. Like, no, I'm fucking not.
Yeah, I've got a niece that might need some. She might need that advice from me at some point. I went out. I saw him recently, and I went to take my sister's dog out and that, and she's 15, and I said, like, have you not got school and stuff? How long have you got? And she was literally, I mean, she doesn't get away with swearing at all with her mum, but it's fine with me. And she just went, fuck it. She doesn't care if I'm there. And I was like, she doesn't even take a fucking register. I was like, oh, this is a sorry indictment. Like,
oh yeah, man, but like, it's always going to be the way, right? Yeah, like if it was me, yeah, and I was 14 and the school said to me, you've got to stay at home in your bedroom doing work on your laptop, like FIFA would be the only.
Oh mate, that's party time.
Like yeah, like it would have just been me sat playing video games just constantly, and like occasionally logging on to go, I'll do a bit of media, I'll do a bit of like.
My friend's kid they're like two kids, but the 5-year-old, it's in California, but she has school for 3 hours online. A 5-year-old. Do you think a 5-year-old's gonna sit online for 3 hours and just watch Zoom? No. Like the poor
5-year-old can't sit on a toilet for 5 minutes.
No, it's just like I know they have to try, but it's like, come on, like maybe break it up or something, because these poor kids, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I think that is
how many 14-year-old boys have been hanging out of their bedroom windows learning how to skin up during this pandemic? That's the other thing. Jesus.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is the kind of thing that like Leanne's just still saying froze. Okay, sorry.
That's a bummer.
But yeah, no, it is one of those things that like it's quite funny because I'm quite a chill teacher, right? Yeah, like a lot of the kids who are on that side of things quite really like me. Yeah. One of the other day I had this kid like walk into class and he was like, "Sir, stop! The field looks like Stardog." And I happen to know that Stardog is a strain of cannabis, right? Okay. And I was like, really not appropriate, is it? And he was just like, do you know what I'm talking about? And I was like, yes, I do. And you're not going to get away with it. Okay. Like,
when they're sat in there talking about what cheese they've got in there, like what cheese they've got in with their lunchbox and that. Do you know what I mean? You're like,
yeah. I was like, I know what you're talking about. Like one kid was like, my favorite. So, what's your favorite number? Mine's 420. And I was like, yeah, that's a lovely number, and I know why you're saying it, but like, come on. I look like I was born yesterday. Like,
yeah, but do you know what though? That's a proper kind of teacher. You know, I got one of the boys I went to uni with. He's, you know, was we'll describe it as hedonistic. Yeah. When we were at uni, and listen, they're the best placed. They're the best placed to spot that shit.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, right? Yeah, like I think there's one thing. As a kid, you see your teacher as this very like their whole world to you is like whatever their subject is they teach, and they can't get their heads around the fact that you have other interests outside of it. Yeah, and then like all of a sudden, like, and now I'm a teacher, I'm seeing behind the curtain of all these teachers, and they're all fucking mad, right? Like, a teacher's night out is one of the biggest piss ups I've ever been on. Like,
oh man, you got to cut loose though, haven't you?
Oh yeah. It was bad. It was like you get reach the end of the term, and like the first 2 terms are like 7 and 8 weeks, so you're just knackered, and you just get to the end of it, and you're just like, right, let's get fucking loose and go mad.
The first time you see like a teacher in public, it's so crazy. And then if you see them and they have kids, and you're like,
yeah,
who are these kids? You know, like, do you teach them? What do you do?
Oh, seriously, there's some of the most depraved people I know. Like, some of the most, I mean, just ridiculous on a night out.
Yeah. But like, I think it's one of those things where it's like, when you have to be like really sensible most of the time, when you're allowed to let loose. Like, I bet like well, that's why like businessmen's parties are so nuts, isn't it? Because like they're also like het up and tense all of the time. And then all of a sudden it's like, right, cocaine and hookers, woo!
Yeah.
Okay. I've devised one more game for us to play this week. It is called Crackpot Comments. Okay. Or it will be called Crackpot Comments. Well, that's why it's not done that. Right. Hang on a second. I don't need
it's a lot of tech. I did a show. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Right. Yeah. Go on.
Okay. Oh no, I did a show last night, and it was supposed to be you didn't use any words to describe your 2020, and so I had to do all this tech like you're doing. It was hectic, dude. It was hard.
Sounds mad. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I'm hopefully gonna get the recording, but like what you're doing. Yeah, every time you're doing stuff, I'm like, this poor guy.
That sounds like a really like abstract piece of comedy.
Like, yeah, it was really weird, but I'm just thinking for you, like coordinating all this, just pushing a button is so easy and it's so difficult right now. So
yeah. that is the situation we've got to. It's the juggling. It's like I you know what, right? I listened to this radio show, Ellis James and John Robbins, and it's brilliant because like there are so many technical fuck ups, and you never hit technical fuck ups on these like slick paddle shows. And it's like these 2 comedians just dicking about, and then like they cut to their producer who's basically just got all of the work to deal with. And the other day it was going, it's spinning plates. I'm just trying to spin plates, and all of a sudden you get another plate that needs to be spun, and that is how tonight has felt. Like, oh my god, like people keep passing me plates that I've got to spin. It's like Okay, right. Take 2 then. Ladies and gentlemen, our new game that we can play this week is Crackpot Comments. I found a comment from somebody on Facebook or any social media, and I have asked my comedian, I'm going to give it to my comedians out of context, and they've got to suggest what this person might be talking about. So our first Crackpot comment for this week is, add Bill Gates and Elon Musk to that list.
What do Bill Gates and Elon Musk need to be on?
It's the like long COVID people. What happens when you have long COVID?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe the register? Bill Gates and Elon Musk to the list.
I thought it might be the list of people you really don't want to get stuck in a lift with.
Yeah. Yeah, or most likely to cough on you.
Yeah.
Elon will send you to the moon, and Bill Gates will microchip you.
Yeah. I also thought it could be the list of potential next James Bond bad guys.
Nice.
That's true.
Like, that is always how I feel about Elon Musk. Like, he's some like Poundland James Bond bad guy. Like, I'm half expecting like his next SpaceX presentation to come from the middle of a volcano.
I know. Yeah, it's like Bill Gates doesn't bother me. I don't really understand why everyone hates him. I don't get it.
No, should I tell you why? Right, yeah, it's because he's been funding research into coronaviruses. Right, he's been looking into different coronaviruses because all of the evidence from like the past 20 years has been that the next pandemic is going to be really big and really deadly. and it's going to be a coronavirus from like untested meats like in China, right? And then it's happened, and everyone goes, "It's not fucking that. It must be a conspiracy." It's like, no. These people have just been telling you what is going to happen for a very long time.
It's like, why doesn't anyone attack The Simpsons? Like Matt Groening is the one who's really predicted everything.
Yeah. Well, like, yeah, blame him for being part of a conspiracy to get Donald Trump president.
Yeah,
that's the madness behind that they predicted all of that shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
Absolutely mad. And moreover, the fact that Donald Trump and Boris Johnson were effectively the leaders of the free world. Like, do you remember looking back at that and going? Can you imagine if Donald Trump and Boris Johnson were prime minister and like president at the same time? And then you couldn't even make it up. Not even Hollywood could make that up. Couldn't.
It was someone. I was listening to an interview with Armando Iannucci, and someone said to him, like, "Would you make The Thick of It again?" And he went, "We can't. Like, we couldn't possibly make anything that is as ludicrous as real life." Like, The Thick of It was brilliant because, like, The Thick of It was like ahead of what was actually happening in politics. Like, there's that scene in like one of the first episodes where they're sat in the back of the car trying to make up policies. And it was ad-libbed, and 3 of the 6 policies actually became law in the next like year. And it was just like, it was amazing. But Armando Iannucci was like, "There's just no way we could do it with Trump in charge."
You're never going to do it better.
Yeah, no. Veep had to change his storyline. Veep was going to do some storyline, and they had to change it because of what Trump did. And they were like, "Well, we can't do it." It's so crazy.
It's properly nuts. So basically, this comment then came from a story this week about Jair Bolsonaro, who has people from his own country. He's a far-right leader of Brazil, and people from his own country have been calling for him to be taken to The Hague for crimes against humanity, for the mass killing of his people through his ineffectual COVID response to the destruction of the Amazon rainforest, which has been cut down at a massive rate. How do we feel about this guy?
I mean,
Boris Johnson Mark II, no?
Well, it's like Boris Johnson commits crimes against specific humans, and this guy commits them against all of humanity. Like, it's just so much. You know, it's like you're really bad if humanity is now going to sue you, and you know.
But actually, we're probably talking about Johnson being the better option right now. If you had to choose between one of the two, I mean, Boris would just fuck off to deal with the divorce. Boris would just fuck it off completely. Whereas Bolsonaro is just literally is like an Avengers like baddie. It's just wipe out the whole of humanity.
Yeah, he is. I mean, that is the thing, isn't it? Like, even like Boris Johnson, and Donald Trump, they seemed relatively ineffectual. Like, the most they could do was sort of like kick up a bit of a fuss, but like, and I know Trump managed to build some of his border wall, but like, you know, everything they've tried to do, there's just been like constant battles against them, and everything they've done is fucked up. Whereas Bolsonaro, again, like a James Bond bad guy, like, he's way too intense and scary for me. Like,
well, just the deforestation, like they're calling it ecocide. So it's like, you know, will it lead to the homicide of him? Probably not. That's what I don't get too. How do these guys? There were I'm sorry, but there were like assassinations in the past, but somehow now that trend's over, and it's just like, let these guys. You know, he does whatever he wants.
I mean, you know it's bad when you don't. I've never even heard the word associated to it. They're just making up names for it. Like,
well, I mean, it's a new definition people are pushing for, and you just know, like, the moment it comes up, like, the Daily Mail is going to kick up a fuss about ecocide becoming like, bloody crimes against humans can't do anything anymore, impinging our freedoms. Like, are impinging our freedoms to cut down an entire fucking rainforest. Like, no one should want to do that. Like,
like, how many posts do you need?
Imagine the bunch of hard-ons in the Mail offices, the Mail HQ, when that word got bandied around, because like the mileage in that
Oh yeah. I mean, I got this from I got the story that we're discussing from the Daily Mail, and I always try to get at least one each week from the Mail, just so not like there's always one. I always try to do one from the Guardian, one from the Mail, some from like the more sort of middle ground news sources. So I've got a range. But I mean, it's fucking depressing now. Like all of my social media algorithms have gone, he likes the Daily Mail. He's right-wing bastards. Twitter is like, you might like Katie Hopkins. No, I fucking won't.
Oh no. No.
So, yeah, so
I mean, you are not the archetypal right-wing activist, I have to say.
No. But like, it's just trying to work out.
You do not look like you're in the demographic for the Daily Mail readers, mate. Let me tell you that.
Well, that's it. Like, and this is the thing, right? Yeah, I mean, it's quite scary actually, right? Because I'm clearly treading the perfect line between the Facebook algorithm of left and right wing. Because I look at a couple of Daily Guardian articles in a row, and then all of a sudden I'm getting this like extreme left, like old pages that I used to follow like years ago and not looked at in ages, like things like the Canary, which are like really quite far left, like reports, which like I agree with like in the main, but it's as opinionated as the far right stuff on like Breitbart. But then like I will look at like a couple of Daily Mail things, and all of a sudden it's the really right wing things that are getting suggested to me, and it's so easy to see how like that bubble, that echo chamber can just rise up on social media. It's been quite scary, if I'm perfectly honest.
Yeah, well, then they cross browser stuff, so it goes into your Google. It goes everywhere, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and that's it, and it taps in because they're all linked now, so I can release something from Instagram and it goes to Twitter and Facebook and all of those other channels. Yeah. But like, so that means like if I like, I'm gonna go on Twitter to have a look for some tweets about a news story, and it's like that. Then like I open up Facebook and it's like, yeah, he's a right wing bud. Here's what Tommy Robinson thinks, and it's like, no.
And you know, Bolsonaro and Murdoch are behind a keyboard somewhere, just watching you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you end up with like a petition to actually nominate him for some Nobel Peace Prize. Meanwhile, the Hague's looking at.
Like if like the Illuminati is watching all of this stuff that we're up to, like they're going to be looking at me just like, we can't, like, what are you? Stop looking at.
That's everything. heads blown off shoulders for the Illuminati, mate, because you are. It's to them you're more confused than Scooby Doo. So it's like he's right, he's left, he doesn't know where he's coming. So mate, I say keep doing it.
Yeah, that's it, man. One day they're just gonna knock on my door and just be like, right, we're just taking you out because it's easier. Like,
just be like, what the fuck? Like, what?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that just about brings us to the end of everything we were going to chat about. It's been really, really lovely having you on. We're really upset that Leanne's had so many technical issues that she couldn't really join us for this afternoon, for this 9 minutes more. But we've had great fun. Thank you to Rabia Kuhn for joining us. Thank you to Tom Fothergill for being here as well. A massive thank you to Michael, who's put together all of the brilliant artwork for our show, and to Dan Lyde, who has created some absolutely fantastic music for us to rock out to. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. This has been 9 minutes more.
Thank you.